go. Sherlock. Hey. Come here. Hello everyone and welcome back to the DoSo Knits YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristen and I'm a knitter and military spouse, and we are currently living in Germany. This is my channel where I share all about my yarn and knitting adventures and how knitting has interwoven into my life. Today is episode 13 of the DoSo Knits podcast, where I share my works in progress and finished objects with all of you. I would like to say this is the second time I am recording this episode, because I recorded it a few days ago after I had gotten home from work, and I recorded to try to stay on schedule to be able to post by a certain day, but it was not a good recording. I was tired from work, and throughout the video I was uncomfortable. The animals had me, I was feeling frustrated, and overall I could just feel the frustration in the last recording, especially when I was editing it. Even watching it back and editing also felt completely, I was feeling the frustration from the episode, and if I'm not having fun, I don't think I should share it with you guys. And so I'm re-recording today. It is a Saturday. The sun is out. I'm trying a new spot. Hopefully with the sunshine, my lighting will be okay. And yeah, I'm feeling good today. It's a little after lunchtime. Sherlock is sleeping in the sunspot, so hopefully he stays calm during the video. With that, if you would like to find me other places, I am DoSo Knits here on YouTube, Instagram, and Ravelry. And then we do have a website, DoSoKnits.com, where I share all the information as show notes. It links to patterns, yarns, and I have a page for links to my favorite tools as well. And then if you are interested in getting connected a little bit more in the DoSo Knits community, we have a Ravelry group if you search for DoSo Knits Podcast. And then we also have a Discord channel, and to get to that, you can find it in the description box below. Like I said, today is a podcast episode. I'm going to aptly call this episode 13 and a half, since 13 has gone into the abyss, but this is 13 for you guys, so we will call it 13 and a half. I even, going into recording 13, was thinking we skipped 13 floors for hotels and such. Do you think I should just skip episode 13? So we're just doing 13 and a half, and I think it'll be fine. So moving on, it is extremely cold here in Germany. I know I probably say that a lot. I know I've said it a couple times in videos, but it is now the coldest that it has been. We've been sitting around about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind has been kicking. It is so cold. The wind is just kind of blowing and knocking the wind out of you. So I'm wearing a lot of knits. Sherlock's walks are going quickly, and the snow pants, totally worth it. We can start the episode with a little bit of admin. If you are unaware, I am currently hosting a knit along. It is the New Year New WIP 21 knit along. If you want some more details, I'll link up above to the video where I describe about how to enter and everything about the knit along. But in general, the idea is I wanted you to start something that you've been wanting to start for a long time, whether it's a pattern you've just had for a while, yarn that's just been sitting in your stash, or something that you've just not knit for yourself because you've been knitting other things or projects for other people. So I wanted you to cast on something new and then finish it before the end of the knit along. So you can absolutely enter still, as long as you start a work in progress after December 25th, 2020, and then you finish it before February 28th, 2021. Those are all eligible to enter. And then on Instagram, you can post pictures at any time using the hashtags DoSo Knits and New Year New WIP KAL 21. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. I went on there yesterday and I was scrolling through to just kind of look and see, and there were like 9 new posts within the day. And then I went in last night again and there were like 6 more, and people, you guys, I thank you so much for participating. I can't believe the things you guys are knitting. There's been so many sweaters and shawls and like larger projects that you guys have done through this knit along, and I find it absolutely amazing and inspiring, and I'm so glad you guys are participating. So if you'd like to see what some of the things people are finishing, hop on over to the Ravelry group. You can see them there. I'm thinking after the knit along, I will do a slideshow in one of these videos showing all the things that everyone made throughout the whole knit along, because I think right now we have 10 or 12 entries of finished objects, and you guys make me so happy. Thank you so much. With that, I do have some new prizes to share for the knit along with you guys. The mail has been a little slow, but they have arrived, and I'm very excited to show you some of the prizes that you could enter in to win. The first donations I have to share with you guys are from Hannah from the Corner of Craft. She's a UK-based dyer, and if you've not used her yarn or been around for a little while, I mention her yarn quite a bit. I really enjoy it, and all of her yarn is Dungeons and Dragons themed, and she makes these amazing stitch markers as well. So I reached out to her and she generously donated a prize and some goodies for you guys. So this is the skein of yarn she donated. This is called Magic Missile, and it's on her merino sock base. So it's 85% superwash merino and then 15% nylon. And it's this pink with teals and dark purples, and it's absolutely stunning and amazing and soft. So this is going to be an amazing prize. I showed this to Courtney after it came in, and she was like, I want that. And I told her, you better enter in your entries, and she did. So that is the first thing Hannah donated. This is, I'm very sad to be giving this away because I'm not a big pink person, as I'm wearing my pink headband, but pink has been calling to me a lot lately. Just like good mauvey, earthy pinks. So this is beautiful. And she also donated a couple of stitch markers as well. I mentioned her stitch markers a lot on the podcast. I really enjoy them because they are lightweight and they are very easy to attach to your projects and use. And the earring clasp that she uses makes it super easy to, and they're great, okay? And so she donated a couple of stitch markers for you guys. So she donated a little tiny ladybug and a little bumbling bee, which would be perfect as we move into fall and February. So I hope you guys are excited for these prizes. And Hannah, thank you so much for the donation. It means the world to me. The next prize I have to show you guys is a project bag from Jenny of Mountain State Stitches. And when I first posted on Instagram about hosting a KAL, she was so kind and actually reached out to me and said she would love to donate a prize. And so she sent me some fabrics to choose from, and I picked one for you guys. And then she was also so generous. She made one for me as well to keep, which is amazing. Thank you so much, Jenny. And guys, I'm so excited to show you these bags because I'm so impressed. Sewing is not my thing, so when quality bags come, I am absolutely floored and love it. So I'm going to show you my bag first, and then I will show you your guys' bag in the end. So this is the bag she said I could keep. Look at it. So it's this beautiful bumblebee pattern that's perfect for spring. And then all of her bags, or these bags that she sent, have this drawstring top, and then the rope as the drawstring, and it's great quality. And then the bags have these canvas holders so you can carry it around, and the quality of the fabric, it almost feels quilted. It's layered and thick and definitely going to be nice and sturdy when you're using it as your bags. And then the inside, it's bumblebee honeycombs. I just noticed that. I just thought it was yellow, but those are definitely, it's my honeybee honeycombs. So cute. And then 3 pockets as well, because I'm a sucker for pockets. So these bags, absolutely amazing. And thank you so much, Jenny. And then there's her little tag as well. And now I can show you guys the bag she sent for you and the fabric I picked for you guys. So this is your prize if you win. So it's this beautiful blue and yellow flower pattern, and then it's the same bag that I showed you as mine. So it comes with the handle and the drawstring top, and I'm sure there's pockets on the inside, and I imagine that lining on the inside of your bag is also just as beautiful. This is another prize if you enter in for the knit along. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you have time, go check out both Hannah, the Corner of Craft, and Jenny of Mountain State Stitches to see what other items and goodies they have in their shop. Now that I've shared all about the knit along, I think we can go ahead and move on to a little bit of knitting. So I do have a couple of finished objects to share with you guys this week. The first one I have is I have finished my ribbed socks for the Desert Vista Dye Works Knit Along Challenge. So I just did a 3x1 ribbed sock with a 1x1 cuff and afterthought heel. And then I did the toe from Hygge Canyon's sock patterns. So I'll give you a nice little close-up. So I knit these with my 9-inch circulars, my Addy Sock Wonders. I use a 2mm, and then when I did the heel, I used Magic Loop to do the true afterthought heel, and I decrease from 30 to 18 every other row, and then I decrease to 12, which I then Kitchener the heel. And then there's my toe. This is in the Desert Vista Dye Works color Green Plaid Cup, and it's on her Viso base. And I do have 2. And there's a little, when I threw these on the blocker, I noticed this, but I apparently dropped a little stitch. So I just put a little light bulb stitch marker right here to catch it, and I will run it back up with my little crochet hook and sew that back in. I must have just accidentally, when I was doing my afterthought heel, just missed a stitch by accident. So no worries, it'll absolutely be okay. Just gotta thread it back up, and I will tie it back in and probably just attach another string and get it in there. So those are these, my first finished object, and I'm so excited to wear these. I think the ribbed sock is gonna stick around a bit. I think it'll look really, really nice. And this leg is 5-ish inches, so I'm gonna see if I prefer a 5 or 6-inch leg. But they went super fast. I think self-striping is just, it's just nice to do because you just keep going. They kind of match my plant. So yes, the first finished object for this episode. I did finish another pair of socks. I finished my heel toe Do-Si-Do socks by Crazy Sock Lady Designs, and I knit them in Knit Picks Felici in the Cloudy with a Chance of Rainbows colorway. And so I did already wear these once, which is why they're a little loose on the blocker, but I love this yarn. Wearing these the day I wore them, my foot was so warm, and the yarn is amazing. It's really, really great. It's very round and soft, but it does not split, which I really enjoy. So I'll give you a nice close-up. I did a 1x1 twisted rib on these socks, which I think is called for in the pattern, and then the heel toe Do-Si-Do pattern along the front, and then both of these have the same heel and toe as my rib socks, so I did an afterthought heel and then a rounded, or the Hygge Canyon toe. I don't know the name of it. I think it's a wedge toe or a rounded toe. Let me look. I have my patterns right here. Yes, it is a rounded toe, and they are available in Hygge Canyon's patterns. And I did knit both. I just didn't want to put them both on a blocker. So these are my heel toe Do-Si-Do socks. I think they're just really fun and colorful. I don't wear a lot of colors, as you might tell. I like neutrals and like simpler colors, but I like fun colors for my feet. So I think this is a fun way to like use sock or yarn that you might not use in other places. Like you might not wear bright colors all the time, because I don't, but I really like the fun socks, and then you kind of know that you're wearing some fun socks. And I really enjoyed this colorway, and I actually gave a skein of this to Courtney as well, and she's knitting some shorty socks from this yarn, and it's great yarn. I've not used the Felici, and I wanted to try it because everyone says they really, really like it, and I really, really like it. So if you want to use Knit Picks Felici, I have an affiliate code for Knit Picks if you'd like to try out some Knit Picks yarn. And they have it in both fingering and worsted weight, so this could be a fun hat. I just love the rainbow. That it's kind of like a gray undertone rainbow. So yes, my heel toe DoSo socks. With those 2 pairs of finished socks, that is all of my finished objects for this week. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I'm just kidding. Of course, I have many works in progress to share with you guys. Most of them are new, so that's fun. I have been focusing a bit, I do think. There are many things that are calling to me that I want to start, but I've been trying to stay focused, especially since I'm trying to finish my weekender for this knit along.
I'm going to cast on and finish my weekender for this knit along.
So that has definitely helped keep my focus just a little bit, and with that, let's share that first, shall we? My weekender is living in a bag from Books Upstairs. This was a bookstore that she and I found when we went to Dublin. It was really nice because the downstairs was all books, super really nice, and then this section up here was actually a little cafe, and they had amazing teapots of lemon ginger tea. It was amazing. We would just go and sit in this whole window. It was kind of like a balcony window. So very, very fun, and I really like the bag. Just a simple tote. Anyway, this is my The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. I am knitting the 4th size, so I should have about 9 inches of positive ease. And for a while, I was wondering if I wanted to add bust darts or not. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. But last time, I was where the orange sheep is, and this is where I am now. So I think I am at 15 or 16 inches. I don't remember which one I'm at. I think I'm at 16 inches. So it's the 1 extra inch that I wanted. I think I'm actually going to do 17 inches because Courtney and I, she helped me measure the other day at work to figure out, based on the shirt I was wearing, because I really liked that length, to knit this to the same length. So I think I need 1 more inch. I think I'm going to do half an inch more. And then I will start separating for the sleeves. So the bust dart question is, I was wondering if I needed to add bust darts to this pattern. And bust darts are just a way to add more fabric if you have larger breasts than what the pattern might intend. And actually Vogue Knitting Live had a great class on bust darts this past weekend, and I was lucky enough to get in and I took it. And my verdict is I do not think I need bust darts with this pattern because of the amount of positive ease. Since I should have, from my upper chest, I'm going to have 12 inches of positive ease. And from my bust, it should be about 9. I think that's going to be plenty. If it was something that was a little closer, I'd probably add the bust darts. But I think with the amount of ease, I'm going to be okay. But I'm just going to accommodate with a little extra length. And also just because I think I have a longer torso, so I think I just need more length in general. This has been really, really great to knit on. Right now I'm basically just stocking it in the round, and then occasionally you have a slip stitch, which is what my little yellow marker is for. And then this is what the actual outside of the sweater will look like. So you can see the little slip stitch detail going down the front. So this is where I'm at with my weekender, and I think I'm on schedule to finish by the end of the knit along. I'm a little delayed because I was waiting to do the bust darts class before I got too far and couldn't like I didn't want to rip out. If I rip out, that's bad. It's not bad, it just like deteriorates my motivation. So I wanted to wait, and I've taken the class, and so now I think I will be okay. I made a little schedule where I have a goal of what I need to finish each day. So I have my little calendar and then the sections and how many days I have to get there. So basically by end of the day, I need to finish the front section, which probably might not happen. I think I'm a day off, but I did allocate 4 days for each sleeve. So I think that gives me a little extra wiggle room, hopefully. And yes, this is where I'm at. The yarn I'm using is a natural merino yarn from a store called Das Wohlschaft. It's natural German merino yarn. And then I'm using my Chiaogu interchangeables, and these are a US 7, which is 2 sizes down from what the pattern recommends because I'm a loose knitter. But that's okay. Also, I think the yarn's a little bit thinner than what she recommends, but that's okay. The other project that I've been working on that you guys have seen before is my habitation throw, but I've not finished a month. There's not a whole lot different than last time, so I figured I'll show you guys that one on the next episode, and I can show you a couple of my new things. Deal? Okay, so the next item that I've been working on is the Cuprite Beanie by Makers Designs. So Matt Akers posted on his Instagram that he was calling out for testers for this 1 skein DK weight hat pattern. And I've been wanting to make myself a hat for a little while, but for whatever reason, obligations, feeling guilty about other projects, just being lazy to cast on something new, I haven't wanted to start one. Wanted to start one, but I haven't started one. So I applied for the test knit and I was lucky enough to get chosen, and so I am making the Cuprite Beanie. I am knitting this out of Stranded Dye Works Merino Yak Silk, and it has her, hello Ebony, hi baby. She sees the yarn. I'm knitting this out of Stranded Dye Works and her Merino Yak Silk base. It is a DK weight, and I'm knitting it out of the Christmas is Cancelled colorway. So this is her Christmas color from this past year, but the Christmas is Cancelled is the ones that they weren't turning out exactly as she hoped. But I think it is a beautiful color, and it's my photo as well with the thing as my hat. And so it's this maroon and red and purples and goldens and absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited making a hat out of this. And this is where I'm at for the hat. So it will have a folded brim. So I did a lot of 2x2 ribbing. And now I have started, I've only done about half of a chart of the cables. And then there is a slip stitch detail as well. With testing, you're helping designers figure out if their pattern has anything that needs to be changed, if anything's unclear. And one thing in the pattern is you switch from smaller ribbing needles to your larger, like after the ribbing you switch to larger needles. And that was missing from the initial pattern, and so I had knit half of the chart, a little about what I have now. And then he sent out revisions saying, oh yeah, I forgot this, someone mentioned it, thank you so much. But it meant that I had to rip back, and like I mentioned before, ripping back kind of deteriorates my motivation just a smidgen. So this sat for a couple days, but this morning I frocked back, figured it out, ripped back to the ribbing, and started again. It's a good thing I didn't get too far into the charts, otherwise I might have just accepted it. But this does look a little small. I promise you it is not. I am knitting the small size. There are 3 sizes in the pattern. But when I did this swatch, I did it, and before I blocked it, it was 3 inches. And I was thinking, oh, come on. There is no way this is going to block out, and I'm gonna have, like, I could not believe that I was knitting tighter than someone. Like, I'm very loose. Someone's looser than me, I don't know. No, it blocked out to 4 inches. Superwash is this magical, mystical thing that just, it went from 3 inches to 4 inches very, very quickly. So yes, it will block out, probably about 33% bigger than this, but it does fit. I will show you. It's gonna mess up my headband. So yeah, see? It fits. Even over my headband. It's very well written. I've enjoying the pattern so far, and I'm really like how this yarn is knitting up a lot. I'm knitting this on with my Knit Picks Caspian short set. This is the set. This is what it looks like. So it's all these short interchangeable tips, and then you get 2 sets of cables. And I love these for making hats because I could easily switch from the 5 to the 7 when I remembered to do it, and it was written because I forgot, even though I'm an experienced knitter and I know you change after ribbing. I always manage to forget that part. This is an amazing pattern. Be on the lookout to see when Matt posts it. I have until basically the end of the month to finish the test knit, so that's also good because I'm not feeling too rushed. But because I'm not feeling rushed, I'm taking my time. I might sit and work on this a little bit more this weekend. And it's living in one of my little baskets for my home. I love my baskets. Everyone should have baskets for their yarn, just scattered. That's what they are. They're just throughout the house. I have, from here I can see 3 baskets. They're so perfect. Highly recommend. Sorry I'm blabbling. Okay. Now we can move on to the final part, the current socks. Because I always have socks in the needles. So the next pair of socks that I'm knitting, these are On the Fence by Fishhead Creations. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I am knitting these out of a Chromatic Yarns, Hannah from the Corner of Craft, one of her sock sets. Got this sock set for Christmas. It's in her Abominable Gingerbread Man colorway. And it is a sturdy sock set, so it's 75% Blue Face Lesta superwash and then 25% nylon. And it comes with a 50 gram and then a 20 gram mini. And this is my sock. These have been, I've been loving these. This is my sock. And the second one. So I've really been enjoying these socks. So I knit the top in a 1x1 rib, and then you have the colorwork section, and then the rest of the leg and the foot is in stockinette simple vanilla sock, and then right before your toe you repeat the chart one more time, and then I will be starting my toe here very, very soon. And I have been knitting these concurrently, so they're very, very close. This one I am ready to start the color work on the foot, and then I will be doing the toe. So I'm basically done with the main color, other than doing the color work in the second one. But I will show you. This is the cake of the main color. You have a good amount left. And then for the remaining part of the socks, I split the contrast color into 2 itty bitty equal balls. Because I want, after I finish the color work, to do as much of the toe as I can in the remaining, and then if I have to switch to the main color for a couple rounds to top off the toe, that'll be okay. But I wanted to make sure they're pretty equal and keep them pretty consistent. And so I do, this is a really great, if you've not done color work in socks, this is a really great pattern, I think, to try out. 1, because it's free, and 2, she has you increase needle size and stitches during the needlework or the color work sections. There's also not very many long floats. I only had to catch floats on the last row of the chart. So by then, you've done so much of the color work, you've done basically all of it, and then you just have to try catching on the last row. And even if you don't, it's 7 stitches. So it's not going to be like the end of the world, especially because you go up in stitch count and needle size. And so I have been knitting these on my sock wonders, my 9-inch circulars. So for the main part of the socks, I'm doing a US 0, and then for the colorwork sections, a 2.5 millimeter. And then the main modification I made to the pattern is I changed the type of heel. So I did a German short row heel, and I did a mini heel flap adjustment, which is something Mina Phillip, who is the knitting expat, she has that available in her patterns to try out if it's something you are interested in trying. It was super easy to do. You basically add some plain stockinette rounds, and then you do like a mini gusset. It's super easy, and I feel like the sock fits much better for it. And yeah, this colorway is so much fun. I love the little neon pops throughout. I think it's so much fun. And these will be finished up very, very soon. And this is living in my new Join the Stitches quilted bag. I love this bag. It's perfect because I can put my extra needles in this pocket and then all the yarn in the inside. Yeah. Do I want to share these? I do have one more sock whip to show you guys. So these are the Porthos socks by Kukua Coffee. And this is also a free pattern on Ravelry. And these are my Desert Vista Dyework socks for February, and also part of my Sock Knitters Anonymous knitting challenge as well, which is another Ravelry group. And so I have started these for Shane. This is where I'm at. I started these like 2 days ago, so not very far. So the colorway is really feeling the gingerbread men right now, because this is gingerbread people, and my corner of craft socks were abominable gingerbread man. So just feeling all the gingerbread, even though it's February. So this is a self-striping sock yarn. It's Desert Vista Dyeworks, and it's her Viso base. And this kit was a sock set, so it came with a 100-gram skein and then a 20-gram mini. So I started, and the cuff is, the pattern calls for a 2x2 rib, but I did a 1x1, and I actually did 72 stitches for the cuff, and then switched to 64 stitches for the sock. Because I originally started a different sock for Shane, and it called for 72, and then I decided I was not feeling that pattern, and I did not want to redo the cuff. So I just decreased down to 64 and started a different patterning for the sock. And so it's very fun. It's very simple. It's all purl and knit stitches doing the patterning, and it kind of does this ribbed effect. And I think with the self-striping, it's going to be fun. And now you might be wondering, Kristen, those are not 9-inch circulars. And no, they are not. Courtney and I ordered some beautiful sock yarn from a German store recently, and I wanted to try some of the high flyers, crazy flexi flips. These are the Addy Crazy Trios is what they call them. So I will show you. This is the third needle. So it's kind of a mix between a magic loop and double pointed needle, and I feel like that's very accurate for how it feels to knit with them. I feel like I have the security of magic loop, that my stitches are not going to fall off my needles, but I have the kind of maneuverability and flexibility of DP ends, but it's less finagly because I don't have as many ends to deal with. I've been quite enjoying this a lot. I ordered these in a 2.25 because I figured if they're close to magic loop, I'll probably tighten up my gauge, because I've been tightening up my gauge when I've knit magic loop versus the 9-inch circulars. And overall, I really like them. So basically when I start a new round, you untangle your yarn, I will push to the end. You make sure the stationary needle is on top, and then you just knit. And then at the end, that needle will come out, you'll have a spare one, and you just keep going round and round like that. I wanted to try these out because I think, especially when you get to sections like the heel or the toe, I usually have to switch to magic loop, or sometimes I'll just use DPNs and treat them like magic loop, or do two like this for the toe and heel sections. And so I wanted to try these, and right now I'm currently enjoying them a lot. And I'll give you guys an update a little later on when I've knit a little more of the sock. I don't know speed-wise if I'm any faster or slower, but overall I'm very much enjoying it so far. And then I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the yarns. So this is the main colorway. So it's a self-striping of brown, white, and black. And then my mini skein is this red. And this is living in a little yarn cozy light, which I whipped up this past week. And I don't know if I knit it too small or if I need to block it, but we'll see. I wanted to see how I liked a little yarn cozy for my minis, because I always feel you seem to like fall apart on me. And as always, one of these is living in my Knit One, Sew Two sock bag, which I love for taking on the go. And that is my Porthos socks. So guys, with that is all that I have to share with you guys today knitting wise. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. It means so much that you guys come and watch and spend a little bit of time with me in our little knitting community. Oh, Ebony's here to also say goodbye. So if you guys liked this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you're working on in the comments down below, or what was your favorite project that I shared with you today. If you'd like to be notified when I post other videos, make sure you go ahead and you hit subscribe. And then I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. She's very distracting. I'll see you guys again very soon. Remember to put a little bit of love into every stitch of your knitting, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye. Good boy. Sherlock has oh so gingerly grabbed his denti stick. Snow pants, if that is something, if wind is cold where you are. Yeah, okay. Can't talk. I think the lighting is doing okay. I could maybe do more. There's just not enough windows in my house. The blah 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 blah.